We needed more space. Hi, I'm Mitch, and this is John. The seal is
Do the job right the first time.
Around Thanksgiving, we acquired a 2-bedroom, 2-bath mobile home double wide very close to Tampa Bay in Palmetto, Florida. And we're going to take you through the whole trial and tribulation of renovating this little 1980s beauty and making it into something that we really love. From renovation, tear out, changing light fixtures, painting, fixing problems, and discovering things that weren't disclosed to us before the closing.
As of 7 a.m. today, your service is currently delayed.
We want to turn the power off. They knew about it and they didn't disclose it to us. Yeah.
I think I can push it out. I don't like that sound.
I don't either. It's been hectic and there's been lots of ups and downs on the way. For example, did we manage to get in for Christmas? What else still needed to be done? What more changes have to be finished before we can call this place finished? This big cube thing is going to be my wall storage. And that is going to be right here. We're shopping at local stores to source all our materials, paints, supplies, things to decorate the house with. We're even sourcing stuff on Facebook Marketplace to turn this crazy little place into a home. I am at home. And we're going to share the whole process, everything from start until we are finished. And we're going to share the ups, the downs, the pitfalls, things to watch out for, things to consider, and all the fun. I didn't have the camera on. Our mission is to turn this place into something that has a beach cottage vibe while still being true to its 1980s mobile roots and not trying to make this place something that it isn't, but trying to enhance the good bones that are here. Oh my gosh. That damn thing is a beast. You got... Oh, goody, I get to play the song.
We got that crap out of here. Oh my God.
So join us for the renovation, the knowledge, the tips, the tricks, the how-tos, the pitfalls, and the things to remember as we transform this adorable little mobile into our very own beach cottage. This is our cool doorbell. I love this. Welcome to the Beach Cottage Double Wide. It's early, my hair's a mess, I don't have makeup on, but the editing must continue. So I'm going to be all black and white for this episode, and you can concentrate your focus on the color photos of this place and what it looks like before it becomes a beach cottage. So today we're going to introduce you to the Beach Cottage Double Wide in its original state, as it was when we looked at it and were doing the walkthroughs and formulating the vision of what we thought and hoped this place could and would be when we got done renovating it. Oh, and to start this series off, I should also add, John works for himself, modifying and updating mobile homes. That's what he does. So he's really handy with this stuff, and he knows a lot about working on these things. And it's not like what you're used to with a traditional stick-built regular house that's on slab or whatever. Mobile homes are constructed quite a bit differently, and he's got a lot of just years of experience understanding the differences between the framing, the size of the bathroom fixtures, how things are put together, where the wiring is usually at, all of that stuff. So he's actually a really good person to kind of sit by and watch how all of this goes, because he can help you figure out some of the things that you might want to avoid and some of the things that may just look sketchy but really aren't and are an easy fix. Right, here's the master bedroom. That's Sarah Siebert there in the background. She was our realtor. There's our master closet. And then here's this bathroom here. Lovely green counters. Hello.
Which one? I have no idea.
This door comes out to the back, and I'm not going to open it because that door handle sticks. But there's the back porch area, air handler, and the backyard. It looks like there might have been water damage in this corner, John. Obviously, the place is not perfect. It's from the 80s. We know this going into it. We also know that the roof, the TPO, had been replaced in the last couple of years, which after the rear end kicking we got around here for Ian, Idalia, Debbie with all her rain, and then Helena Milton, I mean, it's to be expected. But I will also say that these little tin cans are actually tougher than they look. And I'm very impressed when we came to look at this place. Didn't seem to have any real damage to it at all. For example, the carport looks like it was the one that's been here for years. Like they hadn't had to replace anything because the pans are painted yellow, white, yellow, white, yellow, white. And the paint matched all the way through the shed and to the back. So what was there was there. It hadn't been replaced. So that was one of the things that we liked about this place. Another thing we liked about it, besides the layout, was that it had pretty good bones. And John could tell by looking at certain things that it was halfway decently put together. And that maybe fixing stuff on this particular model wouldn't be a nightmare like it is on some of the others. We didn't notice this the other day when we were here, but there's just
Okay.
a little bit of discoloration there, which
Very old.
we're going to paint this room anyway, so.
Oh, we are?
Yes.
Is there a mouse in your pocket?
You're not painting?
He hates painting. More or less just wanted to get a good view of that thing, too.
I turned lights on for you.
Thank you, I appreciate that. And then, guest bedroom. Newer window there too, nice. And Mom gets a walk-in closet too. I guess stripes on the ceiling used to be kind of like a thing. Notice that it's not in the closet, only in the bedroom. I'm not really sure why, but I'm not a fan. I wonder why they painted stripes on this room on the ceiling. Hideous chartreuse counter. We're gonna get rid of that. And we're gonna need to do something with this. Now I'm gonna pan around and show you that shower enclosure again, because this might be a first for some folks. That wall panel, that's not a shower panel. It's like Formica. It's like what the counters and the cupboards are surfaced with, like a laminate. I mean, it's cool that it goes all the way up to the ceiling and, you know, kind of keeps everything sort of protected from water that way. But it's an odd choice, and it's not one that's going to be staying. Now, aside from the two closets, the walk-ins that are in each bedroom, this is basically the only closet in the place. And it's right now serving as a broom closet. It's a little small for a coat closet. We may do something about that, but maybe not. We don't know. Now, here's something I really did like. These built-ins, they're so charming, and they add so much storage space. And oh, I really, really liked these. Now, I've seen on some other mobiles where people will remove these to make the bathroom area bigger and bring their laundry from out in the shed into the house. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to leave the washer dryer where it is and not lose those built-ins. Even though it would be nice to have the laundry inside, I didn't want to sacrifice the storage space because I think they're so cool. Built-in.
That's going bye-bye. I hate that.
There's two of them.
You know, don't get me wrong, chandeliers have their place. But when you've got 8-foot ceilings, that's a headbanger is what that is. I mean, it's not the right size or scale and does not appear to be original to the place at all because style-wise, it doesn't really go with some of the other things that were in here. And there's a medallion at the ceiling. So this was something that was added after that really doesn't work. So it's gone. Besides, we knocked our heads, both of us knocked our heads on that thing. I don't even know how many times. Well, my table was about this high, so it's going to be a little...
Yeah, we're going to put a flush mount up there.
We need something flush mounted, yeah. This was actually the biggest surprise of this place. When we saw this place online in the pictures and saw that kitchen, I thought we were going to hate it. But the pictures don't do it justice, and they were kind of dark. Once we got into it and into that space and saw it, I was like, wow, actually, this is a lot cooler than I thought it was. And there's these two little built-in alcove areas. One is for spices, and the other fits the microwave. Oh, hot diggity, man. I'm telling you, frees up your counter space and your cabinet space because the spices have their own little dedicated rack. And it just... You're able to close that up and put the microwave and cutting boards away. Oh my gosh, that thing is genius. I love it. I can't believe all this stuff is original and all these doorknob things all match and stuff. It's like a time capsule.
Yeah,
You guys gonna get a golf cart?
Well, looking at that as a possibility, yeah.
I don't know what for, but...
Go back and forth through the pool so I don't have to get in the car.
Yeah.
Drive around in the evening, catch a breeze, relax.
My husband goes for a golf cart break a lot.
Be nosy like all the other neighbors and drive around and look at their houses.
Pretty much. Terry goes and checks out what's happening in the neighborhood.
All right. Well, basically, I'm thinking, I know you think we have to put the TV on this side, but we don't need the cable really. So, I mean, we could put the TV in front of there.
If you want to put it in front of the window, that's fine with me, but I hate TVs in front of windows.
Well, you've been living with a TV in front of a window now for a while.
Black out the curtains, though.
That's the intention. Now, there's a number of younger influencers that are on the platforms, all the socials, posting AI-generated shots of the perfect beach place and what it should look like, and it needs to be light and airy and gauzy curtains. Look, this is Florida, okay? This is Florida. If you're here for a week, sure, gauzy curtains, no problem. If you're only here part-time and you're only here in the wintertime and you don't really know what it's like in the summertime, great. All that light breezy stuff, sure, that works. But practical reality of living in Florida is it's 115 degrees here in August, okay? Gauzy curtains do nothing for you except run your electric bill and your air conditioning costs through the roof. You need light blocking curtains and heavier panels in order to block some of that crazy UV to help keep your temperature in your home maintained. So gauzy curtains sound great and look great in the AI generated stuff, but in real life, you need light blockers. Blackout panels to keep it cool here in the summer and keep it a little toastier in the winter.
Yeah, the ceiling fans in this house, its house is going to keep it cool.
Funky built-ins. I think these used to be for videos. I think that's what these shelves were for. Built-in VCR tape shelves. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, it shows you how everything has come full circle, because if you go on YouTube right now, you look up DIY VCR shelves, There's videos from as recently as just 3 months ago about how to make your own of these things. And of course, this place is from the 80s. And what I think this is that this room that I've turned into my creative office YouTube space here, this room that we're in, I think this used to be what you would call a den. And it was kind of like, you know, push the kids into the den and the adults will sit in the actual living room and have coffee and chit chat while the kids are playing. I think that's kind of what, or this was meant to be a family room of some kind where they expected everybody to watch a bunch of TV, because there's one of each of these VCR things built in on each side. And I just think they're really cool and really throwback. Of course, we don't have any VCR tapes. We don't have a VCR player. And we really don't even watch that much TV. So I'm probably going to use it for craft storage or something else like that. I thought it might be like a good spot for like fat quarters or something like that for sewing or whatever. So I'm not going to use these as intended, but we're not going to take them out either because they are cool. For your video and DVD collection. And then this is going to be my work area. Plan is we're going to mount a little sink under here. So I have a place to rinse brushes. Ugh, those curtains though. Oh my gosh. Wow. And that's going to be my work area, which is 10 by 20 something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the only difference in that other house.
Not really sure why we got curtains separating this, but we're considering maybe a French door. That way I can have some quiet when I'm doing YouTube stuff. Of course, that'll let noise through, but... This is a double door, which we could put a golf cart in here if we wanted to. Not necessarily sure we would, but...
Yeah, I wouldn't. I probably.
I would leave it outside. And then...
Oh, you parked outside?
These windows slide up. They don't go out, so they're not jealousies.
I need all the space you can get out the vehicles.
And then that little aisleway goes to the back to go outside.
A little bit. I just want to make sure she can get out.
And then here, got the laundry room. Lots of storage space. Laundry room outside might not be something that you're used to in whatever part of the country you live. But here in Florida, it's kind of done on purpose. Number one, when your washing machine is shaking, you know, in a mobile, it can kind of make your whole place shake. Number two, if it springs a leak, it can do a lot of damage to your subfloors. And number three, your dryer generates a lot of heat. And it's, you know, a little tough sometimes to keep your place cool in the summertime. So what you'll see here in Florida in mobiles is a lot of places will have the laundry room out in the shed. Now, people will revamp that. They will modify their homes and bring it inside. Me personally, I don't want to lose the square footage in here doing that. And also, yeah, because when you're drying stuff, it does warm the house up like crazy. I would much rather keep it out there in the shed where it's already plumbed, already installed, and I don't have to worry if anything leaks about it doing any damage inside. There's where John's little work area is going to be. And that's where the generator that's staying with the house is.
No, it's not staying in that one.
I didn't say it was staying there. I just said that's where it is, honey. Don't worry. You can move it.
I wonder where the remote is for that.
We'll just get a universal. Don't matter.
Did we ever try it to see if it works? I don't
It's
even
not
know.
plugged in.
This area here is like the second shed, and this is going to end up being John's workshop area. Pretty cool. And it's nice to have all this storage space in here where the laundry is as well, because we can keep tools here, shelves here, and I'm hoping at one point or another I can get a little folding table of some sort in here to bring laundry back in easier. Yes, it was. All right, so here's the back door and our little patio area. This is the outside access to where John's little work area is going to be. Our thought is to take and run the see where the edge of this line for this kind of stops here. Our thought is to follow the line and go up and just cover this back area. I don't know that I really want to keep those big agave or aloes or whatever those are. But that way the air conditioner unit is sort of undercover and protected. We don't really want to screen it, but this would be a place where we can sit outside to be out of the rain, park a golf cart, keep the air handler protected, you know, kind of thing. And then there's that flagpole. John says that's an antenna. I guess it's an antenna pole. I don't know. That's a great place to put our little TV antenna up there.
Yeah.
Digital over-the-air antennas are actually really helpful to have around here. Not only do we have something between 40 and 80 channels available over the airwaves like that with a digital antenna, but if a storm's coming or the weather's been a little off, I hate to say this, but spectrum goes down like that. And it's very helpful, and it was like really helpful during Helene, for example. We had lost power, but we had a generator. We had lost cable and internet, but we had an antenna. So we still were able to sort of keep connected and know what was going on with the storms and all that good stuff. Very, very useful. So as you can tell from the pictures, we have some cool offbeat features like this little window pass-through and clamshells that come down over the windows, very helpful for storms. So there's some fun, quirky things about this place, but there's some stuff obviously that we need to change too, like the curtain arrangement and the carpeting. We might brighten up the kitchen maybe. We're not sure yet about that. We're going to have to do something with that shower and that bathroom countertop at the very minimum. So, I mean, it's very serviceable, very workable, lots of storage. The amount of storage in this place actually kind of blew me away. Very effectively used the space here. So, yes, there's some things that are not pretty that need, freshening up. There are other things that actually need to be fixed. Like our shower heads, for example, had been up for a while, and the little rubber things the water come out of, they were like dry rotting in there, so we had to replace those. But all in all, there's great potential with this place. There's a lot we can do with this to freshen it up, make it our own, preserve the cool built-ins and the additional storage, update some things, and we have, space outside, space in the lanai, space in the shed, John's workspace. So in every way, this seemed like a really, really good fit. 2-bedroom, 2 baths, so room for mom, an additional bathroom, room for him to have a workspace, room for me to have a workspace. All of this, just everything about it, we really liked. And in truth, this wasn't the first place, obviously, either. Like, we had looked at a bunch of different places. Some of them were wrecked and needed a lot of work. Some of them, the layout of the park wasn't that great, and there was no mature landscaping or trees or shade. Some places had a lot of storm damage that hadn't been fixed. Some parks got hit a lot harder than others, and the whole places were wrecked, and this one really wasn't. Considering its proximity to the bay, that was pretty astonishing. So, all in all, we made an offer on one place, and that stuff fell through. And the offer on this place went through. And actually, it worked out so much better that we got this place because the storage and the layout was just so much better. Yes, there's a lot of carpet to yank out, a lot of curtains to get rid of, a lot of things need freshening up. But all in all, this place has great bones, great potential, and we can see ourselves here. We can see ourselves in this space. We can see ourselves, using that living room, being out in that lanai. So ultimately, this was the one that won our heart. And after we closed, we went and got some Sonics and ate our very first meal ever in this place, out in the lanai, eating Sonics for our first meal here. As an added bonus, the location is so great. It's basically, it used to take me from my old place about 45 to 55 minutes to get to Paso Grill, and now it takes like 23. We got the travel time to go to my favorite beach basically in half, which is awesome too. So now you've seen the mobile as it was in its existing state when we got it, and you can kind of see from this point forward the evolution of where we're going to be from where it is to where it's going, and in a crazy time frame too, because we are trying to spend Christmas here. Like, we're closing like right before Thanksgiving and have a month basically from closing to Christmas to try to get this place into a condition where we can stay here. We may not be 100% settled and ready, but if we can cook and clean and sleep here, then I think we can, kind of call ourselves moved in. So that's the mission. We're trying to get moved in and spend our Christmas Eve and Christmas morning in this new space. Well, thanks so much for tuning in to this episode of Beach Cottage Double Wide and meeting the mobile that will become the Beach Cottage Double Wide. We're going to start tackling some of the projects next, and if you want to see what that looks like, take a look at this video right here where we're going to be hitting the master bedroom.